What's this? This is like the middle of a video. Why are we already watching some shit? I must have stopped in the middle last time. I got distracted by B-Tran in that big tournament. That's such a dead zone. Lackle already made a post today. I wasn't even live, he just made a post. He does that every now and then. I always have the chat window open so I see them. But I've never seen one as it happened. It's a mythical event. Wake up Demon Flip, frame 1 airborne. He did medium Tatsu. You can do medium DP there, heavy DP on some characters, but it's 1 frame and it's very unsafe if you drop it. You can also juggle super, but that's also character dependent, and I think he didn't have the meter at the time. Super's a lot safer to drop, I think. Well, rather, it's a lot easier. So you're a lot less likely to drop it. Not only can you buffer it more easily with the piano, but also it's a looser window, I think. It's not very strong, though. I think it does more damage to your light Tatsu super than medium Tatsu super, unless I'm very much mistaken. Or like the routes from light Tatsu are stronger, rather, because like, it might be only stronger if you do heavy DP. But I think I remember light DP, or light Tatsu heavy DP is way stronger than medium Tatsu medium DP. Medium Tatsu is kind of a better Tatsu, though. It's really the key difference. Plus Roundhouse is unsafe. Akuma can probably sweep it. He can, like, probably super it, but he didn't have the bar. Maybe he could, like, Tatsu it or something, too. I don't know. Maybe he gets slow forward. I think Akuma's low forward is, like, a frame slower than Ken's. Like 2 frames. Don't quote me. Nice. Good confirm. 2 low shorts is... Oh, heavy DP on wake up. He could have died for that. Akuma, if you want to be an Akuma player, you gotta have some nuts. You gotta have some big cojones. That was a nice parry into block. Unfortunately, didn't matter. Bookie had the checkmate. The shakmat. Nice. $2:47 a.m. Normally someone just pops in by now. Oh, there it is, right on time. Hi. Samantha 511. Maybe it's a girl. Maybe it's a bot. Maybe it's a guy who named their account after Samantha, his hot girlfriend. There's no way to know. There is simply no way. How do you feel about Ken? This Ken is mad good. Okay, okay. Universal overhead is a poke. Go over lows. That was a punish on the low, I mean on the air normal, I think. Very nice by the Ken player. Bit YOLO. Whew. Oh, DP was guaranteed there. Or even close heavy punch, I think. Maybe the kunai would have beat close heavy punch. Oh, the autocorrect! He thought he was slick. He thought it was like kunai super or something like that. Well, actually, kunai super still would have done that. He wanted to dash under a super and the super just autocorrected because he got under too quick. Hilarious moment. This bookie's pretty nice too. Yeah, this Ken is kenning it up. It's not working. Oh, I thought for a second. No, you have to hit the... No, is it you parry the... I think you have to hit the kunai in order to not get frozen. He parried the kunai. If the super freeze happens on the same frame that you dispel a kunai, you can move during the super freeze, and it's very hilarious and allows you to punish Ibuki. I've done it myself in a real match against Tenren. Very nice little punish. He probably didn't need to do that. Probably could have done a 1EX combo with the EX Sumuji or something. But I'm not complaining. I like seeing the cool combos. I think you have quite a lot of time to super after EX DP, right? I know it's quite tight for regular DP. He didn't even air TC. Let's just jump short into nothing. Wasn't the air TC free there? I don't remember if the air TC juggles properly. But I had no extra recovery and it made the parry harder. Neutral jump jab. Neutral jump short. Even if those were parried, nothing big would have happened. Nice. Parry on the way up. People just OS it. There's no real downside because there's no opportunity cost. There's no parry lock because you're not going to be parrying at the height of your jump. Ape escape? What the fuck is that? Oh, it is he. Yeah, there's very few Ibuki players. So Ibuki beat anyone is pretty rare. One of these days we'll get to the matches that have the aura. We'll get hype as hell. That was close jab parried low, by the way. Always a funny moment. Is that what I asked? I probably did ask it, but I definitely wasn't trying to ask it. Just trying to be like, you know. Just pretending not to know. Did you know the Ape Escape series is the only game on all of PS1 that required the joysticks? I might be making that up. I heard someone say that, and they sounded very convinced. I guess I could play Ape Escape. $56 months is like 5 years. Scary. I don't want to be 5 years older than whatever I was 5 years ago. I don't even really know what Elden Rings is. I saw there's been a lot of discussion on it lately. My whole Twitter was just full. So it's like the next From Software game? Is that what's going on? I only played Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, and I got very not very far in both of them. Oh, look at that. That's the juggle you do if there's no double DP available. On a mid-air connect anti-air DP. You jab DP into stand forward. Love that little sequence. No, the overhead was terrible. He just did it. He had a full jumping combo. Red. Cool red parry. Then he got punished. That was probably punished though. That looked like a car throw. Ken's car throw is pretty hard to do. Great trade for Ibuki. Another great trade for Ibuki. Yeah. Very hard to win that. Ibuki did a bunch of safe stuff. That was probably wake up DP, meterless DP, which if she got hit out of it, which she did, she would have been air reset. And if she didn't get hit out of it, it was probably going to be cancelled to super. Very intelligent decision by the Ibuki player. Ken can't punish you at all if you get a reset on purpose. Like the best thing he can do is hit you with like a guaranteed close fierce or something. I mean, he can juggle you into a super, but it's miserable. He only gets like 2 hits of it or 1. Nice kunai. What was that? Uh-oh. That was almost kill. He had maybe block into red parry, but it was scary. You're banking on the fact that the first 2 hits of the full EX fireball and the first 2 hits of the super won't chip you out, which is a pretty scary bank. Maybe you could try to red parry the second hit of the super, and it wouldn't be that scary. Shitty confirmed by the Ken. He was looking for that DP only on a parry, but he did it on the block. Oh, we saw it. We saw the close forward, not launch. Amusing. It was too meaty. It only launches on like its first active frame. After that, it's just got a regular ice hit blocks. Nice whiff punish. It's really hard to Hard to do. Most buttons can't whiff punish Ken Snare House. It's a heavy normal, so it out-prioritizes stuff, and it has quite a lot of reach for its relatively short recovery. So you need something that really goes far, or like some very nice timing. Which we saw. Yang's low forward is good enough on both counts. Ugh! The fuck was that? I guess he was looking for the red parry. But even then, you can just do, like... You can just do red parry into block. That's just a really bad super, I feel. EX Rekka one hit only was very smart. Ken parried twice and was probably looking for the punish after the second parry. But there was only one parry. So Yang got away with it, but then he died anyway. It might have been wiser just to buckle down and do all 5 hits of the EX Rekka. Nice. That dizzy bar. He went for what's probably hyper optimal, but it didn't work. That was walk-in low parry by the Ken. EX Rekka would have dizzied there, and also it would have dizzied after stand strong, stand short, which the Yang missed. There were 2 dead Kens on the table. Oh, what a whiff punish. Whiff punishing Shoto low forward with EX Rekka. Beautiful. It's character mastery. Oh, that was probably block into red parry. But Ken just empty jumped into low short. Into delayed low short. So it would catch even a red parry attempt. Oh, good idea. Bully mode would have been red parrying the last hit of that. Actually, Yang might have died to just that. Last hit ends in the follow-up. Oh, it ended. It's fine, I got more. Look, there's a Ryu in this one, maybe. Whoa. Oh, there he is. Right out the gate. It's Shinsho Ryu. It is the Shinsho Ryu. I hope he lands one. It's my favorite. Shinsho Ryu is one of the most hyped characters in this whole game. It's just so nice watching him donk. It's like the same appeal as SA2Q. Oh, that low forward was sad. Oh, that's not how we play this game. That's not what we do. I think Yang normally punishes Shoto Sweep with EX Rekka, and he didn't have EX there. Oh, normally you see walk back into close fierce, but he did close forward. The damage is probably not much lower, but I wonder if it recovers a little bit faster. There's some shenanigans like that. Ryu would prefer it. Walk back close fierce works on Yang, I think. Don't think there's any issues based on the character. That's really different to see low forward or stand forward there. Oh, a lot of dizzy on that. Yang has marginally stronger juggles there, but I don't know if they work on Ryu. I imagine they do. You do 2 hits of Rekka, and then you do stand fierce. Well, what a round. But this round, Ryu has that SA2 stocked. As soon as he needs it, he's going to get a big old donk. There it is. Aggressive parry into SA2 in 3, 2, 1. Oh no, he's just going to get command grab to death. Wake up Gartho. I'm ready. He's conditioning Yang. He's throwing him a lot. Yang's going to try and challenge something. He's going to eat this big old SA2. Oh, my body's so ready for this SA2. Oh no, he's not going to land it. He got it. Ooh, it's not dead yet. It's close. Oh. Oh, regular Hadoken. Regular old Hadoken. That's pretty rare. You don't see that often. Damn, you see that low forward fireball confirm. That's like one of the forgotten Ryu confirms. You don't see that. That's like a very common confirm in like... in no game. Ah. Nice. It's a common confirm in Street Fighter Alpha or EX. Oh, reversal something. His forward movement made me think it might be a donkey kick. It's a bit weird. Oh, that's the EXDP confirm, but he chickened out. He got the confirm and he still chickened out. That's a punish, I think. Oh yeah, late release. Late release is both stronger and most people don't usually anticipate it. Most people just parry instantly. It's 50-50. But I feel like parrying instantly is the more common thing to do. Someone else, nicely placed. That is actually a decent anti-air normal. A little early. He anticipated quick stand. Wow, that was brave with the Urian. He only parried 2 hits and it ended up being a 3-hit engine. But the last hit actually phased through him. Like he knew it was going to happen. He's like, oh, this is so far in me, I'll have to parry twice but not thrice. Oh, I'm surprised that wasn't mirror. I'm sure Ryu was surprised too. There we go. There's the mirror. It's kind of a good, kind of bad placement. Ended up being really good. I take it back. Take it back. I take it back. You're in. You know, you're the best. You know how to use your mirrors. The kind of thing about that is that you don't. It's like you usually can't get good, like really good returns off of a slightly distant mirror. Your chances of actually getting something, you have longer with the mirror because it's not hitting the opponent. It lasts longer. But because none of your hits lead to like full mirror confirms, because it's not hitting the opponent. So you get longer, you get more attempts at your mix-up, but like your mix-up doesn't normally lead to a juggle. It only leads to a juggle if the opponent jumps and you hit them with an anti-air fireball or something like that. Okay. Not a great mirror. Yeah, mirror like that you can jump over. But he's still got a really excellent position, and he's almost got another meter, so yep, there it is. Fireball into mirror pretty soon, or tackle into mirror now. I mean, maybe he's trying to sit on it. He does have a massive life lead. He can probably just win this match organically. Ugh. It's a teeny bit of a play, but Urian has quite a lot of health. And having the extra meter. Okay, he hit 2 bars, so he's just like, I'll get it back. That's a very sensible decision. By the time he wins this round, he'll probably have almost 2 bars, yeah. You can't build meter if you got full meter. Might as well spend it. It's intelligent meter management. Unfortunately, Ken was sitting on his meter too, and now he's got a lot. Ooh. He had to super cancel that or else can't Shipu it. Can't Shipu this. Might bonk. Yep, he bonked. That super doesn't do very much damage and he didn't get a hard knockdown or anything. So it's probably better not to spend it. Whoa, 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 that was smart. Holy shit. The heavy fireball was a bit questionable. I mean, the medium fireball. A light one would have been better, but there was no good thing for Urian to do there. Taunt. Tackle, maybe. Tackle and pray. Because Ken could have still blocked. Nice. Happy little 2-hit confirm. That was like a dead OS too, because he got the meter right then. It's kind of funny. It was a confirm anyway, so it didn't matter. Great parry, great punish. Be cool if Ken was using a super that just did a massive amount of damage. It's anti-twin tech, like that Ryu was. Fortunately, Ken has no strong super. The strongest is Shinsho Ryu, I think, or Shinryuken rather, which is not weak, but it's definitely not Shinsho Ryu levels of powerful. Nice. It's just strong for its meter, it's not strong for a super. And it's even more hard, it's even more restricted to land than Ryu Shinsho Ryu is, which is impressive. Because Shinsho Ryu is not easy to land. It's annoying that you got 2 supers called Shinsho Ryu and Shinryuken. It's like, shut up. They use different kanji though. I don't remember Ken's. The Shin in Shinsho Ryu is the true. authentic. It is the true Shoryuken. Pretty nice starter. Ken's probably dead. He just, yeah, that was smart. Ken managed to sneak out. Smart's not the right word. It was safe. That was safe. With a DP canceled to Denjin, you're guaranteed to get like a 4 or 5 hit Denjin. So you can hit the opponent while they're still parrying it. And if you try and hold it, you know, there's always a possibility the opponent jumps over it or something like that. But you're still going to mix up even if the opponent parries it because it's so many hits. You get dash in into throw or dash in into low forward or stuff like that. Denjin has to be parried high. So low forward in the middle of the Denjin sequence is pretty scary. Of course, you can just parry low then high. And generally speaking, Ryu... Generally speaking, you parry the full Denjin before the low forward even hits you. No, that's the trade. That's a trade. That's bad. That's always a trade. Even if Ken's point blank. That was a terrible trade too. Ugh. Okay, okay. I'm sure Ken knows that's a trade, this Ken. I think he just wanted to rock the boat, do something weird. But I think like 99 times out of 100, that's a bad idea. Ah, well. That's the risk of doing that heavy DP. Oh. It was heavy DP right away too. Ibuki can super cancel that, or jump cancel it even on parry, I think. But that's not possible if, or rather the heavy Shoryu would still hit properly even if she did. This is an intelligent punish. Oh, he autocorrect again. Ooh, very nice parry and punish. My video seemed to go over pretty well today. Not a huge reception, but people seem to like it. I could do some more. I did the research for Bungus, because he was fooling around with that character. I was like, okay, let's figure out some combos. Yeah, it's true. You force Ryu to release Denjin immediately. And if that's a 2-hit Denjin, that's not too bad. If it's like Fireball Denjin, for example, you can't get more than 2 hits, I don't think, maybe. Depends on how it was set up. It's Fireball Denjin on a standing Ryu, standing opponent, standing head. And 2-hit Denjin is like 50% dizzy or something. Like, you're not dead. Ryu's dizzy isn't that high apart from Denjin. The only things he really has that do a lot of dizzy are close fierce, jump heavies, crouch fierce, and overhead. So as long as you're just aware of those things. Like, Ryu doesn't really have a way to fuck you up with a low if you're close to dizzy. His lows don't do that much dizzy. Maybe he could do like low forward, heavy DP if he's got a big ol' read. Big dick read. But reading a high block is a huge dick read in general, because most people just block low and wait for overheads. But Ryu's overhead is really fast for what it's worth. It's really fucking fast. It's like a 13 frame overhead or something. It's like an unreactable overhead, only balanced by the fact that it's not very rewarding. And you can get it meaty, so you get links out of it. But if you get it meaty, it's relying on its massive number of active frames. So it goes from like 13 frames or whatever it is to like 25 frames if you're doing it that early. That you can get like links out of it. It's kind of cool that it's got that versatility though. It's one of my favorite overheads in the game. What a whiff punish! That would have just been a whiffing low fierce, which is not great, but not too unsafe. Oh my god. Dash Tatsu. It's the B&B when you're cornered. I think Tatsu works, but Dash Tatsu gets more corner carry. Jump strong, harder to parry. So no juggle or anything. Fully meshed. This is Shinsho Ryu, I just noticed. To these players, these are the specific scenarios, maybe. Ooh! Ooh! Woo, woo, woo. That hurt. Damn, I wonder if that Ibuki was like, I will do stand jab, it won't be that risky. Then eats a Shinsho Ryu for it. Ouch. That was yellow. I mean, high parrying at that range wasn't too risky. Whoa. Ryu saw he got parried and just DP cancelled. And then he got parried again. That's the danger. That's the risk. The funny I win super. It's funny because that could apply to, like, I guess that's Denjin, huh? But we just saw parry or knockdown. I guess it could be Denjin or Shinsho Ryu. It's funny that it could be either one though. Yeah, jump jab. It's true though. Ryu's throwing around massive burst damage. It's kind of weird to think about. Like his damage is only crazy in the context of the game. You know what I mean? Like Ryu's the same character he's always been, so it's instinctive to say like, oh, he's like a balanced character design or something like that. But most characters in this game are kind of like fast, weak characters. So Ryu's damage looks really high. Well, it is really high in the context of the game. That also applies to his meterless and EX stuff. It's not that explosive in SF2 except for super. In SF4, it's not really explosive either. It's pretty low. It's like low to average. Okay. He needed that Denjin to do something crazy, but it was just a really... Ken had not enough priority for it to really be scary. Ken could just do a wake-up button and potentially eat the Denjin, which is probably what happened, and then he'd still be okay. Whereas if Ryu held it, trying to get a bigger charge, he would have eaten the wake-up button from Ken. So it's just, you know, based on Ken's actions there was no good thing that could happen, really. Fierce DP, maybe. Doesn't that trade? I feel like the Fierce DP hits and then the Denjin hits. I guess if Ryu was still charging. Or are we talking about Ryu doing Fierce DP? People have definitely come around to the Third Strike cast. They couldn't do like a full new roster again, but if you have like 4 3S characters or even like 8 3S characters in a roster of 16, I don't think most people would be mad. As long as there's like Guile, Chun-Li, fucking Zangief, and then you just have like Dudley, Makoto, Ibuki, or whatever. Q. I think most people would be happy with that. Necro is surprisingly fun to fight. I feel like a lot of people don't know that they want him. I think a lot of people see Necro's character design and they're like, oh, I hate fighting Dalsim. But it's night and day. Necro is really fun to fight. Sad. I think one of the things that's annoying about Dalsim is you're not really playing the same game as Dalsim. But you kind of are still playing the same game when you fight Necro. Maybe it's a little bit different if you're Hugo. But then again, Hugo has to do stuff like that against every character. So maybe it's still the same game for him. Wow, what a whiff punish. SF5 Dalsim still kind of makes me feel like you're playing a different game. Not many characters in SF5 make me feel that way. Maybe not. Nice. I guess Zangief. Zangief makes me feel like I'm playing a different game too. Retro Scarm. The other graph plays don't really make me feel like I'm playing a different game. Abigail's maybe the closest. Playing Mika or playing Laura or playing Birdie just feels like SF5. Playing Zangief is something a bit different. No one will ever ask for Rufus again. What game do they feel like? I don't know. I didn't have a game in mind. I just, you know, it's a different experience. As different as it is to play SF4 versus SF5, for example. Hi. We're here for our daily quota, our weekly quota of Third Strike. Rufus's design, I think, is actually very good. Annoying and gross, I think, were intentional. I've talked about this on stream before, so I don't want to bore everyone. He's meant to be taken as weird but dangerous. Is the attempt? Is what they're going for. Like, you can tell that he's making shit up, you know. But also there's the both for the gameplay and for the visuals, they're going for, like, maybe it works. You know what I mean? He's making shit up, but it's not a joke. You can't just write it off. Nice, big damage. Someone pointed out to me once that he's meant to resemble a bomb. And that, like, completely, I was like, oh my god, how did I not see this? The spherical body and the ponytail. Top knot ponytail. And that's to reference how explosive he is. And how dangerous he is. Like, he's clearly comical. He's an idiot. He's, like, you know, nasty. But he's not an idiot you can write off. He's an idiot you have to respect. I think that's what they're going for, and I think they did a really good job. It's definitely a very different experience of a joke character than Dan. Dan is a joke character. He's like a joke that you can't write off. Yeah, that's the conclusion everyone came to. SF4 characters, the new friends were not so popular. Exception is Jury, who was insanely popular. And I guess Poison. I guess Poison was technically new for Cross Tekken. Good, well, technically, Beth. Poison was in Capcom Fighting All-Stars, a cancelled game. And thus her appearance in Street Fighter Cross Tekken was not a new appearance. Oh, look at it. Hit the kunai. Sea Viper is a popular design, but not a popular character to play. In fact, she was, like, I think third from least played character online. Ugh. People didn't like her ponytail very much, I think. Are you ready? Go. Go, red parry. Of course, every Ibuki parry's there. Come on. Don't do those kinds of DPs. Oh. She had a lot of health when it landed. That's just to have your health down the drain, especially Ibuki. It's funny because Ryu's lost almost this whole round, but he landed that one Shinsho Ryu. What a DP! I didn't think it would do that. Or rather, more accurately, it didn't even occur to me that that was going to happen. I was just like, oh, there's going to be like, Ryu's going to get hit a couple times. Maybe he'll live, maybe he'll die. If he gets hit, he might get hit to the ground and then like only eat some of the super. And then he just hit her. Boom. I considered the possibility that he would move during the freeze and just hit her like that, but that didn't happen. There are no good guides for Ibuki. There was like a video I remember from like 2008 that was like a Ibuki mixtape, and it was just like common block string sequences and like pressure sequences from Ibuki, and then some combos here and there. But literally the only way to learn Ibuki is to watch these. It's like literally what we're doing now is how to learn Ibuki in Third Strike. What you should do is you should go figure out Tenren's full name on Fightcade. It's like Tenren and then 212 or some bullshit like that. No, I just got 212 from that Guile 212. What is Tenren's? It's also 1s and 2s. It's like 1212. I don't remember it. Yeah, go watch. Oh, it's Tenrun now. That's right. Yeah, go find him on Fightcade. Spectate. If you go on the Fightcade website, you can just look up any name, and then you can just, you know, just watch games. And he plays like a machine. Oh, I was there. Throw at the ground throw. I do that too. It's like an OS if they jump. Air throw has no ground recovery. There are also no good Necro guides. Necro's more simple though. It's kind of clear what you're supposed to do if you watch gameplay footage of him. Nice. There's lots of good Chun footage. Just gotta hop on YouTube, type MOV, type Rikimaru, type Tokido. Just pick your favorite Chun, Rao. There's lots of them. Yeah, Justin Wong, he's one of them. You could definitely learn from watching him. No, the Chun left forward is really simple, but there's a lot of intricacy to how you neutral with Chun-Li. Leg storage used to be really hard to fucking figure out how to do, but with the training mode mod, it's something you can lab yourself. Same with charge partition guides. You can lab your own charge partitioning now. Ibuki's game plan? There's no... I don't know. That kind of question is so abstract. I feel like my answer would only confuse you more. Like, what do you want me to say? Oh, she hit and run? She doesn't really have a different game plan than anyone else in this game. She just kind of pokes you. And then if she gets an opportunity for big damage, she does a, you know, punish combo of some variety. Yeah, Ibuki is probably... Ibuki changes gameplay styles the most of like any character in this whole game. Based on who she's fighting. But like, she does all the stuff every character does. That's me versus Chun-Li, except I spam forward jump. Aura versus Chun-Li is just like pray for a good parry. You have to use either bad parries to get an opportunity for a good parry, or you have to have a borderline cooperative Chun-Li, or you have to have the God read. One of those three things needs to happen. And then you have to like make that good parry, like a good parry being a parry that leaves Cyclo strong. You have to have that good parry win the whole round for you, which is actually very possible. Regardless of which super you're running, Oro can win off a touch versus Chun-Li. That's once Chun-Li has meter. Oro can actually play if Chun-Li doesn't have meter. It's pretty fair. It's honestly like a 5-5 until Chun-Li has a bar. And then it goes to like a fucking 8-2. Not really. I think it's better. Even Boss and Kuroda's tier list had that matchup be horrible though. Kuroda's was 8-2 Chun-Li's favor, Boss's was 7-3 Chun-Li's favor. Exodus is also like 10 times better than me. There was a time when I could like go back and forth. I would lose more often than I would win, but it was kind of close. But I think he's better than he used to be, and also I'm worse. Ooh. Nine 1 matchups now. The worst matchup in the game is hard to say. Probably like Chun-Li versus Hugo or fucking Makoto versus Q or some of them bullshits. It's hard to say. It's probably not anyone versus Sean or anyone versus 12, despite what you might guess. Sean versus Alex is pretty horrible. It's probably an A2. Despite them both being extremely shitty, both Sean and 12 are not actually counterpicked by anyone. They are simply bad. So characters who are counterpicked, such as Q and Hugo and Alex, are more likely to have the worst matchup in the game. I don't like it. I think it's bad. But I've only seen it. I'm not a fucking Chun or a Hugo. So if you're a Chun, you would know much better. That's hard for me to accept. Maybe. I mean, I know it's bad. I got a lot of experience with Chun-Li versus Oro, but it just feels like, you know, my win opportunities are very clear. Or like my goal, I guess. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, Hugo's just looking for parry into SA1 or some bullshit like that. But I feel like Hugo wins, he like loses as bad in the neutral, but also doesn't have the movement. Like at least Oro has the movement. It feels more like Oro has a better chance of surprising you with some bullshit. What up, gamers? it's like as bad. I feel like SA2 is probably a smidge better than SA1 versus Hugo, or like they're very close. SA1 obviously controls the jumps better, but there's more time where Chun-Li's meterless, which is where Hugo has the best hope. But it's the one matchup where you can kind of go either way. Normally SA1 is just generally worse than SA2. It's still viable. You could use it versus any character if you want to. It's not a bad super. It's just that SA2 is better. But versus Hugo, it's kind of up to the player. But I would say like if SA2 is a 10 versus Hugo, SA1 is like a 9 or like a 9.5. It's like it's there. You could pick it if you want to. It's more of a novelty. It creates a different environment for the Hugo, which is kind of cool. One playable character with 11 bosses or 5 playable with 7 bosses. Are you describing Street Fighter 1 and Warzord? I want to say that Warzord had 4 playable characters and then what, 4 unplayable characters? Or maybe 4 and 8? I forget. Street Fighter 1 was 1 playable character, 2 I guess playable characters, and then like 10 bosses. More characters, obviously, because fighting games exist for their multiplayer. Not even a question for me. Dude, that extremely muffled voice line from Street Fighter 1 that would play regardless of what you did and what the line was. Oh, wait, beat 'em ups. I just interpreted that to be fighting games because there are people who call fighting games beat 'em ups for some reason. But if he's talking about like Streets of Rage, then that's an entirely different question. I still like more playable characters in a shorter game, more replay value. I liked in Final Fight 3 where the characters you could pick had special moves and shit. That was fun. You guys know that? You can do like DP motion plus attack and get like Lucia's uppercut and shit. Having special moves in a beat 'em up is awesome. I think some modern beat 'em ups have done that. That reminds me, I was gonna buy River City Girls and then I never did. Is that game good? I just want to beat up like Japanese school children. I need a game to allow me to do that. Reversal something. Got out in the middle of that. Ryu ate that dive kick and then reversal something and then stand strong. Oh, look forward anti-air. Scary, but it worked. Feels like jump roundhouse could have just worked there, based on that range and timing. Well, maybe not, based on the timing. Oh, the low short. He was afraid to cancel it. But it might have been possible to do those shorts in the EX Rekka there because the mirror was dispelling right then. Good. That was maybe an attempted Rekka, that crouch jab. Or maybe it was just a crouch jab. Trying to check the swing. Check the Urian. Trying to just kill him. Light normals are insanely weak in this game for no good reason. Oh, look at all this damage. Yang just lost half his health somehow. Cancelled after one season Netflix only comedy series reminds me that I watched the first episode of Bird Girl for free on adultswim.com. It wasn't very good. There were like parts of it I liked a lot and then parts of it where I was like, I don't know. If I say much more, I'm going to start sounding insanely sexist. But that's not it, I promise. It felt like there was too much of an emphasis on, like, I don't know. Mental healing that didn't really feel like it belonged there. Maybe. And interpersonal relationships that just felt a bit out of place. I guess that doesn't really make me sound sexist at all. Women rate that stuff a lot higher than men do in media. Nice red. Women love fucking let's solve some interpersonal issue, by and large. In media. Let's come to terms with some fucking trauma. Let's learn something about ourselves. I'm gonna play Ape Escape, I promise. This is an ugly looking emote. I can't even tell what's going on. I think I see Garfield in there though, somewhere. Oh, that's a little cursed. It's a little cursed. I wouldn't lie to you guys. I'm also not deliberately avoiding playing it, I just haven't rolled around to it yet. And I actually do want to. I don't know why I haven't. The Gloom! I like that one. Oh, he's smoking a doobie. It's your emote. Wow. You got your very own emote of a Gloom. Nice. I think we all like Gloom here. Scarm? Gloom? I feel like I'm sensing a pattern. I watched the pilot of Smiling Friends and I thought it was fucking hilarious. Gloom is actually not that gloomy is the weird thing. This is a Gloom enjoyers stream. They're gonna announce Pokemon Legends Darkrai. They're gonna announce the Pokemon Black and White remake. They're gonna announce the new mainline Pokemon game, like Pokemon Legends Arceus wasn't it. Arceus, as is the canon pronunciation. Did they say it aloud anywhere in the new game? Did they like say it at the title screen? The only two ways that we know to pronounce it. Actually, maybe the katakana as well. Arceus, yeah. That's it. They say it aloud in Pokemon Dex 3D or whatever the game was. There's like a little DLC game. Well, not DLC, but like a little 3DS shop game. Where it just like shows you all the fucking Pokedex of all the Pokemon. And it says their names aloud. And they said it in that. And then also, Silvally, the ability is RKS system. And the gag there is that it's supposed to be, you know, Arceus. So it's like, oh, I get it. But it's kind of funny, that was one of the things that canonized, like, that pronunciation of the name. Whoa. Oh, was it possible to do Fierce towards forward there? It looked like he got air reset. Was that something, normally that's not supposed to air reset the opponent. Was it something about how it hit it, like, really late? Didn't get the launch hit, it just got a regular ass air reset. That reminds me that I have to play FF7 Remake. That reminds me I have to play the rest of FF7 regular with Mr. Bungus. That will never happen because the next 20 times that me and Bungus are both free, we're going to play KOF. Well, that can happen. That's the danger of doing those schmixes. FF7 is still a good game. Yeah, that's the last time we played. Was he got Vincent and stopped. We haven't. Next up is going through Nibelheim Mountain. The gameplay is just fine for me. The battles are definitely not super duper interesting. And it would be nice if you didn't have to random battle, I suppose. The battles are not hard for me anymore. I find FF9 to be a fucking chore, if I'm being honest. I've always thought, wouldn't it be cool if someone made like a shared universe that everything could take place in? The closest thing anyone's ever done to that is like Lord of the Rings, kind of inventing like just a generic fantasy setting. No, I meant like everything, all media. Some universe where all media is like canon in that universe somehow. Smash Bros. But like any old fool feels like they can write a fantasy novel and just casually include like elves and dwarves and whatever that exist exactly the same way they do in Lord of the Rings. Yeah, multiverse. This is not a good dungeon. Yeah, there was no good way to do that. He had to release immediately to prevent that, and if he released immediately, it was unsafe. So it was just a checkmate. It's just not a good engine. He needed more Dizzy. The only way that engine would have been safe is if it Dizzied Ken. He needed some aggressive parry into low fierce Tatsu, light Tatsu, or Donkey Kick or something. Well, he could have actually blocked that hit, amusingly. Nice, good anti-air. Can surely parry mid-air, but that will be very vulnerable to landing on a low forward. I've seen some ironically funny movies. I didn't see Ready Player One, though. What's a movie that I think is ironically funny from start to finish? Actually, the Street Fighter movie is ironically funny from start to finish. It's not a good movie at all, but you could definitely have fun watching it. Jean-Claude Van Damme is probably the worst casting I've ever seen in anything. Holy shit, what bad casting. Oh my god, what a fucking punish. That was like his only kill combo, too. That was insane. That was some galactic brain decision making right there. That was literally like the only combo Ken had to kill. That was like absolute max damage. And that super is almost never worth it, except when it kills. Raul Julia was a good casting, amusingly. I'd have preferred if he was a bit bigger, but I can accept a thin Bison. But Raul Julia knocked it out every other way. It's just the right amount of hammy, which is a lot. Street Fighter in general is very hammy. ROM hack. I guess I could do that. No, I don't want to do it right now. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it once I get home from work. I'm writing it down in my itinerary right now. Should I make some pen noises for you? Crookie sent me a ROM hack, and I downloaded it, and then I did nothing with it. It's a Mario ROM hack with approximately 30 minutes of gameplay, end quote. It's probably going to be the Doki Doki Literature Club of Mario ROM hacks, if you will. I don't know about it. I never heard the name. Whoa. Super Mario 64. Night of Doom looks horrible. That's like you die. You like Mario 64 and then you die and go to hell. It's like oh here we play Night of Doom. Ooh, look at all that damage. How much of a health did she have? That just fucking killed two Bookies right there. That is an ass ton. Look at that. Look at her health. Look at her health. Holy shit. Well, there it all goes. Master of Time is actually one of 4 ROM hacks I downloaded for Ocarina of Time that I'm just going to play through. But I just haven't done it. But I got Master of Time, I got Nimpai's Adventure, I got Zelda's Birthday, and I got some other one. I got 4 Ocarina of Time ROM hacks. What the fuck, you've never seen that? Have you ever seen Ken? It hit a lot of hits, but that kind of EX Tatsu is not so uncommon. It's uncommon to see it do that much damage. It's just kind of a perfect angle. There have been enough ROM hacks now that there's like some good ones. I remember when the only ROM hacks were terrible. But now, like, it's just enough time has passed. Almost every ROM hack gives the impression of, something that only one person made. My favorite Mario World ROM hack I've ever seen, I would hate playing it, but I watched a YouTube playthrough of it. It was called Mario Must Die. And it was entertaining non-stop. It was like a task. And it was like 40 minutes long. It was like a long ROM hack. It was a task of a long ROM hack. But I was like engaged for the whole 40 minutes. Lying in bed on my phone, watching Mario Must Die tasks. And I did not get bored for 40 minutes straight. That's how good of a ROM hack it was. I was like, oh, this is some fucking crazy shit. No, it was a bunch of levels. I think. I don't remember.
Now. Prepare to strike. Now.
I've seen a few Mario World hacks at GDQs that were really fucking good. I feel kind of bad because if those were just indie games, like, I don't know, I feel like they could have had much more marketability, but they can only be so big because they're Mario World ROM hacks, you know what I mean? Like, there's a certain point where it's just like, you could have made, like, Celeste, but instead you made Mario World Celeste. That's why I'm trying to make my own game. That reminds me that the combat's gameplay thing is all but done. The combat is in a really weird place right now where I've got a bunch of mechanics that all work nicely together, but I feel like there should be more things. But right now, like, there's enough things that there's a nice little minimalist element to the game. Like, there's only two ways of attacking the opponent right now. There's like a fast swing and a big swing. And to add more would, like, maybe complicate the controls. Right now it's attack button for the regular swing and up plus attack for the big swing. And stuff like forward plus attack or back plus attack I would have command overlap with moving. Although it might still work. I could just make it so you could cancel the movement into that particular swing in the first few frames. There's not going to be any quarter circles or anything now. I'm going to have some weird inputs though. Like, one of the things I have right now is if you're holding the block button and also hold attack, then if you block something you'll automatically swing back as like a counter attack. Which is probably not anything I'm going to teach the player that they can do at any point during the game. But, like, the player might find it.
Are you ready? Go.
That Hadoken, okay. I was going to say that Hadoken, he can't charge the Denshin very long because that Hadoken was going to bounce back and hit him. But the Denshin would have destroyed it and also drilled through the mirror, which is what happened.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
I think I mentioned during my stream of Untitled Story that it was made by someone who made Celeste. That person, Maddie, I guess, has a fundamental understanding of what makes jumps good in platformers. They have mastered jumping as a mechanic. Ooh. Interesting. Stand short. I think most people would have hit stand jab there.
Fighters ready. Engage.
But Ryu fell far enough to land on the stand short. It does have a bit more range. Oof. It's like the weakest starter and it still does an ass ton. Okay. Yang died as fast as possible to minimize Ryu's meter build. He was just like, just kill me, bro. That Hadoken was a bit whack. Teeny bit whack. Man, I got kills right now. EX record kills. Scary situation. I think most Twin players underrepresent Command Grab for how good it is. But I understand, because you have to play kind of safe to play a Twin.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice, tricky cross up. I think he caught the Ken off guard. Would have caught me off guard. Yang's a tricky character to fight because of how solid he is. He's like fine in neutral versus like the whole cast, I feel. This is probably the matchup he suffers the most in neutral. Or maybe Chun-Li.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I wasn't really sure if it was, I don't know. I was very afraid when I started it that it would just be the same combo over and over, or that I would fail to find some good stuff. But as I was working on the video, I actually did find some good stuff.
You win.
I don't know if the combos are hyper optimal,
Now.
but they seem to be optimal-ish, which I'm happy with.
Are you ready? Go.
If I keep making videos like that, I guarantee I will do a character where like I just completely miss like a combo route. Or like a whole idea. I asked Bungus which character I should do next, and he was like, do Yuri. So I'm probably going to do Yuri next.
Prepare to
But,
strike.
Yuri's going to be weird because she's got different combos. Like, you didn't really have to make separate sections for her confirms and her punishes, because they're kind of the same. Because she can just kind of take safe routes. Nice parry, that's a reactable parry. He took it. But Yuri, like, in order to go into EX Reflect or whatever, EX Nullify, of course circle back punches, you have to not have any prior combo. You gotta cancel straight into that from a heavy or something. You can't even do two lights. I don't think.
You win.
So her punish routes are actually radically different than her confirm routes.
Prepare to strike. Now.
It's just gonna be a difficult one to make a combo video on. It's only gonna get worse if I ever have to do like fucking Angel or Andy. Not Andy, Joe. Joe's combo routes look nightmarish. Or Ash. Joe has like actual touch of disease, just like old times. Nice, Nisha jump roundhouse. Holy shit. Easy reads.
Fighters ready. Engage.
One route I never looked at all with Mai, and I didn't realize until I'd already finished the video and put it up, is I never did in the corner like a string into a shatter strike into a slightly spaced blowback into fireball, and then try and get a combo off the fireball.
Are you ready?
I did not at any point lab whether that was a thing. That's something that Joe can do. String into blowback, and then spaced. And also Kukri does it. String into Shadow Strike, then space blowback into Fireball. And then pick up a Link. Who's Joe? Who's Steve Jobs?
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Maybe it's a spaced just cancel and not a spaced blowback. I gotta look again. Shatter into shatter and struggle potential. I don't know about shatter into blowback. I gotta look back at the combos. Maybe it's like spaced Farsi into fireball or some bullshit. Which Mai doesn't even have, thankfully. Mai seems to have no far cancel. At all. Farthest is like low A. I mean, obviously her farthest range cancel is blowback, I think.
You win.
But that's not, that's a, you know, if that's not on the table, it's not on the table.
Fighters ready. Engage.
None of her heavies have long cancel range though. Low C is the furthest. Shatter seems to generally not be worth the bar, but I think for certain characters it would be. Or like in combos, rather. The thing is, it costs a meter, but you get half a meter back for having it land. Which is kind of annoying because it's like, in combos, you have to confirm, even though it's only a 50% meter combo, you have to confirm you have a meter before you're going for it.
Are you ready? Go.
But it's a good unifying factor that like no one could possibly have bad routes because everyone could just go into Shatter Strike, which is actually something that I should think about for Yuri. Because Yuri can probably do stay in C into down forward D into Shatter Strike. I didn't even try that. That's probably like good for her. Because that probably gets you stay in C into EX Reflect, EX whatever.
Go for it.
And then from there I'm sure you can get like, you know, low C, heavy demon flip grab, whatever. Whatever she does. Dizzy. He had jump in there too, but he was like, yeah,
You win.
this'll kill. And he was right.
Now. Are you ready?
One thing I didn't mention anywhere in the My video that I thought about mentioning was I put in the beginning that the low TC was the least committal. And the idea there is that if she does stay in C or anything else into down forward D, she can cancel it to something safe, but it's unsafe if you don't cancel it. So you've got to go into like quarter circle back A or like fireball or something. And because of that, it's vulnerable to a roll cancel. And the opponent blocks the stay in C and then rolls the slide, or blocks the stay in C down towards D and then rolls the fucking ender. I think they can punish Mai. But if you do low B, stay in B, you just don't even do the D if you're being blocked. Of course you can do the D and then do a fucking quarter circle back A or whatever if you want, but you don't have to. You can just use your 2-hit confirm as is. That's what I meant by it being least committal, but I didn't put that anywhere in the video. But I'm not trying to make a tutorial for KO15 when I don't even know how to play it.
You win.
Whoa, the video ended.
Now,
I see Oro and Sean. I'm so sad that neither of them are on the screen.
to the world of Street Fighter.
Those would be two extremely hyped characters for someone to randomly pick. I think one of the biggest mistakes, objective mistakes of Third Strike is there is no random select anywhere in it. What a blunder. How'd they make the whole fucking character select and they didn't put a random button on it? The lore experts may know that Capcom asked for features when Street Fighter 3 Online Edition was announced, and yours truly hopped on in there and was like, add random select. And then they did. And not only that, but I Control F to looking for someone else suggesting random, and at the time I posted it, no one else had suggested it yet. So it's possible I'm the reason they added it. However, they might have just been adding it anyway.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Random select should be a standard feature. I almost believe that a little bit.
Engage.
I think that the best way to do random select is random select that changes every round. But that's harder to do in games where it takes like time to load the characters. I think that's how Mokujin works, right? Ooh, he yielded it. No confirms here. Ah, that was team up for optimal. Hi. Which video? Am I about to get donked with the world's fattest Joe Mama? You used to be able to just have a character like Shang Tsung who could just turn to any character at any point during the match. But now data is a little bit harder to work with. Now there's more of it. You can't just have a character load every single character in. Aww, I got dunked on? This one, what are they? Kind of cute. I like the way they dance. That one's like a seal. That one's also a seal. It's just two seals. They're not even the same channel. I don't like this. Oh, I like that one. That one's great. RIP that video. One of these days I'll re-record it.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Yeah, I took it down. I took it down during the Maple Story debacle. I took down everything on my channel that wasn't expressly mine. And that one I just literally like ripped from somewhere. It's fine, I'll re-record it myself. I'll sing it in Japanese. It's a Vocaloid song, I can get it. Wake up car throw, and Yang still shimmied that. He did a big shimmy. Did a grown-up shimmy.
Final round. Now.
Yeah, hit on the ground. Ryu could have canceled it, but that takes miracle timing, and he happened to get it. He didn't believe in it. Well, then he won.
You win. Are you ready?
Are Ryu players who pick SA2 heroes? The Hinako A and B wasn't even mine. C and B.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Ryu should always pick SA2 except when he picks against me. Then he should find some way to not pick a super at all. You should be relieved when you see a Ryu player pick SA2. It's his worst super. So why is it instead that you feel immense dread? Why is it, oh no, he picked SA2, he will land this on me because I'm an idiot? I feel the most relief when Ryu picks SA1 against me. You know what you're getting with that one. Oh. Oh, he did like a SA, he did like an SA confirm and he didn't build the meter in time. Denjin's also a very dreadful super because it can also just kind of kill you if you mess up. And you don't even have to mess up that much, that's the worst part. You mess up a little bit, you still die.
Fighters ready. Engage.
It's like you missed this 17 frame parry. Yangene, yes. It's called Seiyembu. And it's very popular in particular matchups, and there have been Yang players who pick it in pretty much any matchup. Generally it's worse than SA2, but it's basically an entirely different can of worms. Ooh. Yeah, losing EX Rekka is a huge hit, but Seiyembu is a miles better super than SA2. It's quite scary when he activates, and he can get decently damaging combos, but also really good neutral, and also very obnoxious mix-ups when it's active. I don't even remember the last time a Yang picked it against me. I don't fight Yang all that often, and when I do, it's always SA2. So I have next to no exposure against it. Myself. Cool juggle. Stare my nose. Only possible if Yang trades. Ooh. Let's not kill yet. It's close. It's real close. Oh, it's real close. It's gonna hit! Yo! I'm scared. Cool. That's a red parry. Probably.
Final round. Engage.
A couple of my friends, actually all my friends, I think, watch VTubers now. And in my head to myself, I'm just like, I'm glad they don't have, like, you know, really negative opinions towards women. But at the same time, like, I'm not super happy that they're simps. I'm not sad. Oh, that's that deep. He probably could have linked out of that. That's a deep overhead. I don't see the appeal of it versus any other stream, if I'm being honest, other than the possibility of simping.
You win. Now, battle. Are you ready?
One of my friends attempted to explain it, and it was just bizarre listening to him. He was like, I feel awkward if it's a real person, but like, it's like I'm watching a show if it's a VTuber. And that makes it okay. Ooh, that was close fierce into command grab. What a fucking donk. Of course if you see close fierce you parry twice. Close fierce into command grab is such a fucking... Oh my god. I haven't seen that in ages. Hilarious. Karone is one of two VTubers I actually kind of know about. Yeah, that one is Gura, obviously. I got linked Karone playing Banjo. It was okay. But I'd enjoy anyone playing Banjo. Banjo is simply a great game to see someone blind play. combo. Is that really max damage for Yang? Most of his routes don't go into super. It's like that TC into super. Or it's like stand forward into roll into super. Don't like Banjo? Do like Ape Escape? What manner of person are you? I don't understand. I just feel like someone who likes one would probably like both. What? Ape Escape? I seem to recall a rather large collectathon aspect of that game. I seem to recall collecting gems of some variety. And also collecting monkeys. Where did I see that? Was it this stream or was it somewhere else? There was like a funny moment where someone said it's physical gachapon, and someone else came in and was like, actually gachapon started as physical. Turns out Acho just puts everyone to sleep, including me. Whoa, he switched. That juggles. That actually does struggle. I'm crying. Hell no, I've never been to Japan in the first place. I don't like traveling. Last time I traveled was 2018 to the UK. I got whole stories about how much I hate traveling. The thing is, when I was a kid, my parents were very avid travelers and traveled all the fucking time. We took vacations literally anytime there was breaks from school. That they could take us somewhere. And some of them were very long. For example, I went to the UK every 2 years and we would go for weeks. We'd go for like a month every year. We went to the UK because my parents were both born in the UK. Technically speaking, I am English. If you take English to mean the result of two English people getting married. But I'm not English in the sense that I was born or raised in England. Because I was not. But I did spend like a month every 2 years in England. Tuesday. I feel like there's like 8 different ways to say Tuesday if you're from the UK. They say Tuesday. Oh, they say Tuesday. Or maybe Tuesday. I could say that too. Maybe. Tuesday is like an entirely different thing. Oh, it fell out. Pretty safe though. You gotta red parry last set of that to even get a punish. Anyway, I absolutely hated traveling. I hated the long fucking flights. I never wanted to do any of the bullshit. I've had weird stomach issues ever since I was a kid too. So oftentimes I would have weird stomach issues in a public place. And it would be like, can I go home? Can I go back to the hotel? Can you just leave me at home while you go on vacation? It's like, no, you're a kid. We can't do that legally. We'd have to hire a babysitter and we wouldn't want to do that. And I would just be miserable, and then I would make them miserable for being miserable on the trip. But I like genuinely, if I'm being dead serious, I really did hate it. It made my life like really, like I was actually miserable on those fucking trips. Like I didn't like have a super, like normally when people say I had a hard childhood or whatever, they're talking about like abuse they had. And it's hard for me to say that like, you know, what I experienced was abuse when other people like get hit by their parents and bullshit like that. But also the suffering I felt was very fucking real, and there was a lot of it. I was very unhappy as a kid. Things got much better when I was old enough to be left alone, and I've barely left my house since then. And that sounds a bit sad, but also I myself am significantly happier than I used to be. I would say I'm a generally happy person these days. But ever since then, I've just really hated fucking traveling. I will do anything to avoid traveling. I don't even like going kind of far from home. I don't even like going to work, and I work a mile away from my house. It's just the fact that I can't leave if I wanted to. It's stressful. You might call it agoraphobia. It doesn't take as much trauma to be considered traumatic as you think, is probably what you're trying to say, right? You don't have to be fucking raped to death to have a traumatic experience. You can just have something bad happen to you that you like continuously remember as an adult or just later in your life, and it's still trauma. That sounds hellish. What the fuck? Are those UK roads? I know UK roads, they're horrible. The thing about America is that most of it like existed like most of it like a lot of the places in America were kind of built after they already had fucking cars and shit. But UK all existed like before cars. So they just kind of added roads retroactively, or rather adapted roads to cars retroactively. So like a lot of the times there's like a lot of traffic but like very little like road space. Yeah. Good old Chippy. I'm gonna start having like hour commutes pretty soon, maybe. That I might have to do 3 or 4 times a week. Which sounds pretty annoying. Not looking forward to it, but I am looking forward to getting a radiology degree. He should have cancelled it sooner. Instead he tried to chase Yang a little bit. He had to either commit hard to chasing Yang, or he had to hit the button instantly. I tried to tell my mom that at some point, like 10 years ago. I was like, I was very unhappy with all the... I just want you to know. I wasn't even trying to like start a fight or anything. I was just like... I was very unhappy as a kid with all the traveling. And she was like borderline tearful, like we did our best. And I was just like, no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm happy now. I was just sad then. But it's like, why didn't I just let sleeping dogs lie? It's not an issue anymore. The thing is, they often discounted how, like, they were like, oh, it's not so bad. Or, like, you know, put up with it, or bullshit like that. They minimized it a lot. They were good parents, but they minimized it a lot. I definitely carried that. That was definitely one of the things that made it really unpleasant, was the fact that they had no sympathy whatsoever for me. The other thing that was really unpleasant in my childhood was a lot of weird favoritism towards my brother over me. My brother was very musically oriented, He's a musician for a living. And, you know, he's the kind of person who owns a guitar and an amp and a drum set and, like, a fucking piano and bullshit. He knows how to play all of them. But, like, he would play all of them all the fucking time, and he would record music all the fucking time. And he would do it very loudly. Is that a heavy DP? It was weird that the super didn't hit. And the thing is, whenever I would complain about that, it would be like, well, at least he's doing something creative, what are you doing? Or some bullshit like that, you know? Be like, don't attack him for, like, using his creative energy. I would be the bad guy for complaining about my brother making a lot of noise. I'm very much living my life like I just want to be left alone. And most of my struggles have been people not leaving me alone. And it's kind of crafted me a little bit into a hermit. I'm very happy by myself. I'm situationally happy when I'm with people.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
It got even worse because my shift is a night shift at work. So in that little period where my brother was still living at home with me and we were both working or whatever, I would be sleeping during the day a lot because it was night shift, and he would just play music during the day and it would just wake me up. I wonder if I still have it.
Are you ready? Go.
There was one day where he knew I was asleep and he just fucking like just started recording loudly one room away from me. And I was like so annoyed that he was doing it that I recorded it with the intent of telling my mom and asking her to get him to never do that again. But I never actually did it, and he moved out not too long after that. I do still have it. Alright, let me hear it. 24 seconds. I don't know how audible this is going to be. It was recorded from my bedroom, with 2 walls between us. Yeah, when he records music, he's just recording his voice lines. So it's like I don't even hear the song. I just hear him yelling.
Fighters ready. Engage.
He did that for like maybe 10 minutes. Eventually he stopped. But then, like, you know, I was awake by that point. You know how you can kind of get woken up for like 20 seconds and then just knock the fuck back out? But if it's long enough, you're just in awake mode. The really annoying thing about my brother is that he's very well-meaning.
Are you ready?
He's very obnoxious on accident. He got diagnosed with ADHD somewhat recently. And he's been taking medication for it ever since, I think. I don't know if it's like made him a slightly different person at all. Yeah, this is a difficult situation, yeah. Ryu could have done another super if he wanted to. It was probably the right play. It's probably to like wait until Yang gets hit by the super and then do another super. But that was kind of a hard read because there was the possibility that Yang just full parries the super because it's not a hard full parry. And then you would just be spinning another whole super for no reason and then get the same mix up. My brother has a lot of things that are kind of like, you know, it's hard to call them malicious, but it's hard to not call them malicious. For example, if you buy any food and then put it in the refrigerator, he considers it to be like up for grabs. So I would literally like it was fine. That was an okay thing back when it was like, you know, we were kids and it was the parents buying groceries. But there was a point where I was getting paychecks and I was like buying my own groceries. And then I put them in the fridge and then he would just eat them. And I would just be like, why did you do that? And he'd be like, sorry, I didn't realize I couldn't. And I'd just be like, what? Did you buy it? If that happened once, that would be nothing, but it happened every fucking time I bought food. He's one of those easier to apologize than to ask permission kind of people. I never eat his food. And the annoying thing is the couple times where I've ever done anything to encroach on his stuff, he gets really mad at me. Like one time I shaved in his sink. And it was just like, I didn't even realize we had sinks dedicated to us. I just pick a sink randomly every time I shave. And normally I clean up, but this time I was in a big hurry. So there was just like still hair in the sink. Okay? Literally I made it go away in like 2 minutes of like running water. But he got like super pissed at me. He's like, why the fuck? You leave hair in the sink! Like flipping the fuck out. He didn't really flip out like that. But it was like something where like 2 seconds could have just fixed it. You know what I mean? You don't have to touch the hair. You just have to run the sink. Maybe if the water's not hitting it, you can put your hand in the path of the water. Kind of steer it towards the hair, you know? Anyone who's ever shaved into a sink knows. When I shave, I use a plate and I catch the hair and then I dump that in the trash because I don't want to clog my sink. But I always do it over a sink because, you know, there's going to be some that I don't quite catch with the plate. So I might as well catch it with the sink. And that's what happened here. But just like, I've been like, every time I use a sink in that bathroom, I just kind of just did it, you know? Never thought about it. Use the toilet, wash my hands, pick a sink randomly. Want to warm my hands up on a fucking cold day after a walk? Run the hot water on a sink at random. Want to shave? Random sink. Never knew one was mine and one was his. It was never a conversation we had. And all of our stuff is between the 2 sinks too. Was. He has no stuff here anymore. It's fucked up to say, but like my life got a lot better after he moved out. Which is especially fucked because like I didn't dislike him. But it was just like, it made me realize it was like maybe I kind of did dislike him, but that's kind of sad, you know. It's like I didn't realize just how much shit I was putting up with until he left and I didn't have to put up with it anymore. That's like not something you want to find out about someone. Is that their exit from your life makes your life significantly better. The amount of interaction I get with him now is less than I would want. I've gone too far in the other direction, but I definitely wanted less. Seeing him once a month would be ideal, but I don't even get that. Living with him is horrible, though. The reason he moved out in the first place was he started dating a girl who, neither me nor my mom liked. And it was basically like, if you want to keep seeing her, you gotta move out. They're not together anymore, but he's still living out. The girl was, I didn't hate her. There were like a couple really bad experiences I had with her, but I don't blame her long term for them. Like there was one time where she had like a temper tantrum at me. She threw like a giant fit for no reason. I forget what it was. It was something really minor. But she like flipped the fuck out of me. That was one time I said something kind of rude to her. I didn't mean to. Came out wrong. I made like a weight joke. And she was fat. But it was like an actual accidental weight joke. Like it could be interpreted as a weight, but I didn't mean to. And then my brother like came at me like later that day and he was like, yeah, you need to like apologize for that. And I did.
You win.
I felt bad about it. Those were our 2 hiccups. Was those 2
Are
events.
you ready? Go.
She was like big obese. Invariably, when someone, you know, big obese dates someone who's relatively fit, there's always a question of like, you know, is someone dating down here? And people said that about my brother.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I forget what the joke was. It wasn't even like a joke. I forget. I literally don't remember what it was, but it like came out completely accidentally. It wasn't me trying to like knock her. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that could be interpreted that way. Ooh, they confirm again. It was like the one thing you're not supposed to joke about though, which made it extra bad. I do wish her well, genuinely. Didn't mean to let that out. Sorry.
Now.
If you're out there. Brother's old girlfriend. Brother's ex. Literally everyone disliked her though. Not for any reason related to her weight. She had a lot of extremely annoying habits. For example, she left shit everywhere. Like, and I don't mean like, oh yeah, guys, women, they leave stuff everywhere. I mean like she actually left shit everywhere. Like fucking hoarder style. Like rooms just became messes. She was like an exceptionally messy person.
Fighters ready. Engage.
I don't really know what my brother saw in her, honestly. But she wasn't horrible, she was nice. That's a big point for me, if someone's nice. But I feel like most people are nice, so, you know. That's much more important than, like, you know, your appearance, though. No, my brother could do better. My brother's, it was like his 4th of, like, 6 or 7 girlfriends now. And all of them, a lot of them have been long-term. My brother is very sociable and also decently good-looking. And thus has drawing power. Also, he's in good shape and he's a musician. What do I have? All my hair's falling out. I'm funny. I got that. That's nice. Women fucking love funny guys.
Prepare to strike.
I can make people laugh. Aw, yay. Dateable. One of my friends sent me a picture recently that was just someone pointing at the camera and holding up a sign that said breedable, and I was like, what the fuck did I do to deserve this? I don't know if women love me because I don't talk to any. I barely talk to any men either, for what it's worth. Thankfully, the picture did not have submissive, it only had breedable.
Prepare to strike. Now.
It was a girl who sent it to me, actually. Maybe she wants to bang. If a girl sends you a picture that's a finger pointing at you and it says breedable, does that mean she wants to bang? Fellas, I'm just so ignorant to the social cues that women throw out. What does it mean if a girl calls you breedable? I've had 2 people in my life who definitely definitively wanted to bang me, and both times I was like, eh. And they weren't even ugly. I just didn't have it in me. I can't explain it to this day. Maybe I'm just asexual. I have no hang-ups regarding sex that I'm aware of, or at least I shouldn't have any. There is nothing that happened in my life that would cause me to have any.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
Lackle, your plan hinges on me finding women at fighting game meetups, of which there's usually one. Or maybe two if I'm lucky.
Go.
It's like 80 women per, 80 men per woman. Gosh, mixed. The classic Ryu.
You win.
The low short, low jab, low short into nothing. The dash throw, and the overhead.
Fighters ready.
That's the Ryu triple fucking... That's meterless Ryu in a nutshell, is just those three things. And then aggressive parries. If you can do those four things, then you're a good Ryu player. Cosplayer GF is the dream. Fit cosplayer GF. I need a woman who can do the impossible cosplay. It's the hardest cosplay of all time. It actually genuinely is the hardest cosplay of all time. It's Makoto Nanaya from BlazBlue. You guys ever thought about that? It is a truly impossible cosplay. One, she wears no clothes.
Now.
Two, you've got a bunch of props that like need to hook to stuff, but there's nothing to hook it to because she wears no clothes. Like the fucking tail. And the giant glove things. And then also you have to be really fucking fit. You have to be in fantastic shape.
You win.
And yeah, what outfit exists is like just asking for a wardrobe malfunction.
Are you ready? Go.
If she can cosplay Makoto, she's the perfect GF for anyone. Remember the episode of Venture Bros where they actually he got like the fucking hooker. The Monarch got the hooker to pretend to be Dr. Girlfriend, and then every time she would say anything, he would tell her to say it lower. That shit was funny. I want 0 Street Fighter Alpha characters, 8 Street Fighter 3 characters, D-Dark for no reason, and Negan from The Walking Dead. Makoto tail via butt plug. I don't know, it's kind of big. It's a big tail.
Final round. Go for it.
I think the problem with most fighting games is not enough Walking Dead characters. If there was only a fighting game with a Walking Dead character, I might actually play it. I mean, shit, dude. Let's get some Game of Thrones characters in our fucking fighting games.
You win.
Is that possible? Can we do that?
Fighters ready. Engage.
Meaty parry by the Ryu. Broken buttons. Every time I've ever played local third strike, one of the fucking 2-player slots has had some fucking shit wrong with it.
Prepare to strike. Now.
What about a Nickelodeon Smash clone? I never watched Game of Thrones, but I like how it got deleted from the public conscience. Conscious. Just like instantly. I would actually like buy 100 copies of NetherRealm made a Warner Brothers fighting game. That shit would be wild. I'd be day one buy for that shit.
You win. Prepare to strike. Now.
It's not even just that the show ended, it was the show's ending made people not want to ever talk about it again. The show's ending retroactively made people hate the middle, which was supposedly very good, and the beginning, which was also supposedly very good. I'd buy 100 copies just to support them because I love it that much. I never really watched shows. It must be miserable trying to enjoy a show. One of the only shows I've ever seen just about all of was Star Trek Next Generation, and I gotta admit that that was pretty strong all the way through. If anything, the weak parts were the like season 1. And you're still being introduced to everyone.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Fellas, what's the best Next Generation episode? And why is it the first duty? That's the one where, what's his name? Will Wheaton.
Go for it.
Wesley Crusher. That's the one where Wesley, Wesley and his schoolmates are fucking around right before they graduate and like cause an accident where someone dies or some bullshit. And they have stern conversations the whole episode on what it means to be a Starfleet officer. It's like the best, it's such a good showing from Picard. It's funny that like the best episode in my opinion would be a Wesley episode, because most of the Wesley episodes are like insufferable. Worf episodes are good. The thing about Worf is that Worf can only be good in Worf episodes. Worf in a non-Worf episode is like, in what way will the alien instantly neutralize him? Worf just exists to recommend maximum, like, maximum fucking, I don't know, security levels. Captain, I recommend that we shoot every single person on board in the heart. And then fucking Picard turns to him and he's like, no, no, Mr. Wolf. That's Worf's role. Those are the two things he does in non-Worf episodes. So he gets beaten up by an unknown alien just to show how strong the alien is. And then he recommends like something that's obviously way too extreme for no reason.
Final
And then in Worf episodes, he's just a badass who has sex with everyone and also knows all forms of martial arts. Why don't they ever do that with Data? Data's also a very powerful person. And it's never like we need to show the aliens beating up Data. Every now and then it is. It's always we need to show the aliens beating up Worf. Worf is our pre-established strong character, so we need to show how strong the aliens are by having them beat up Worf. Uh-oh, I ran out of video. Hold on, I gotta fucking figure something out soon. I don't even know what RLM is. I think there's a few episodes where Data beats up the crew. Oh yeah, everyone's favorite. Look, they just defaulted. Oh, Red Letter Media. I don't watch that shit. What happened to Kuroda? Did he die? Is he in jail? What game is this? Ah. This is Gara, Mark of the Wolves. Whoa, look at all those Just Defends. He got them all. Like it was nothing. Look at all the health he got back. He's gonna fucking get out at top with that much health regen. What's funny is like Gato could easily win this at any moment. This is the final game in the Fatal Fury series. And then SNK Play More became a company that only makes the King of Fighters games. Kane made me kind of think of this, but I feel like Dormammu doesn't get enough credit for how good that fucking fireball that follows you around is. I feel like that's one of the best supers in the whole game for both MVC3 and MVCI. Damn, that shit's nuts. What's the best super in MVC3? It's just 0 fucking illusions. Is it Morgan Darkness Illusion or whatever? Swords? Oh yeah, that might be swords. I kind of feel like Zero's. I don't know. Maybe it's swords. Swords should have been 3 bars. That's what I thought immediately when I saw it. I was like, this is gonna be some nutty shit. This is gonna be like fucking Ouroboros, but for 1 bar instead of 3. And then it was. have a slight headache and maybe I should take something. I feel like it's often the thing keeping me awake, and so I often talk about it on stream, but then I never actually do anything about it, even though I know it's my issue. And then I end up taking something, fucking medication, like hours later, and it's like I just suffered a lot for no reason. Damn, he did that like it was a punish, and it sure as hell seemed to be. That was a level 2 super as well. In this game, you've got a bar that fills up to 2 blocks. Nice time stall. Anyway, you can spend 1 bar on an S super, or you can spend 2 bars on a P super. I don't know what the S and the P stand for. We'll never know. Maybe secondary and primary if I'm just making shit up. Those are words that start with S and P. Exodus is a very smart guy. He is an expert on third strike, one of the best in the US, I feel. Poop and shit. It could be pee and shit. My cat is meowing directly outside my door. What does he want? You wanna know something fun about the word pee? It was a euphemism for piss. Instead of saying piss, people would just say the first letter of the word piss, which was P. Because piss was a bad word. And then P became a word. I feel like if I tried a little harder, I would have found some Street Fighter EX. I remember hearing something really insane about T-Zox's grab super. It said it literally could not work somehow. I forget what it was. There was like a way to escape it even if it was a punish or some nonsense. There was like some like consistent escape for it. I wonder what kind of dank colors we're gonna have for boys and girls in the year 2100. Look at that. That was weird. He was just bouncing on it. I don't know what the fuck's going on in this game. I feel like if I play this game, I'll play Kane. He looks like a... Putting up those Yagyu-damas everywhere. Every time I see this game being played, it's just nonsense. Every character looks so grimy. Purple and Gru. Isn't Kane like the boss? I feel like Kane is the last boss. And then like Grant is the sub-boss. I played through story mode of this game one time. Very unlike SNK to make the last boss just like a playable character, like a regular playable character. I think the last boss version of U-Fight is just the same as this one too. There's some weird lore with him. I forget what it is. He's like Geese's brother. Or I think he's Geese's brother-in-law. I don't think he's top 1, but every time I see Gato be played, he looks like top 1. He's got top 1 energy. Last time I looked, I think Kevin was top 1, but I don't know how accurate that is. I know both of them are top tier, and so is Kane. Gato was in KF 11. So was T-Zoc, actually. Probably some other KF, some other Garo character snuck in. But I forget who. It also had the Garo version of Terry. When's the update for SF5? Wasn't it like early March? Me? I usually sleep at like 5 AM these days, which it already is. I should probably take something about this headache. I'll be right back. I hope no one did anything awful while I was gone. Look at all these emotes. My favorite is the Chen that dances. I mean, not the Chen, the Neko arc. They're all perfect though. Alright, I'm going to take only one migraine med. And hopefully that will be enough, because if it's not, I'll just suffer. But it's not bad of a headache that I feel like I'm going to take two. I also just feel like I shouldn't take medication unless I really feel like I need to. Damn, you're right. Only one character gets water effects. What the fuck? They must have only had the budget for one. To 30 FPS? I guess it could be. I didn't even think about that. But it seems like it's always Kane that has it. I don't really feel like watching Garo. Let me keep searching on my quest to figure out what the hell I want to watch next. Do we like this game? I don't remember if we like this game. Oh, what a grimy team. I called it grimy because it's got Chizuru on it. Oh, it's got Daimon too, he's grimy. Oh, the other team is weird. These are 3 characters that no one plays. It's got... No, Billy is not so rare. Chin is pretty rare and Lucky is insanely rare. Lucky will never come back. Even though he was literally there in the first game. He's a KOF debut character. He was in KOF 94. Whoa, the super. This Chin is kind of doing some work. It's fine, Daimon's here. Daimon is broken in every game he's in. More like 1/2. Daimon is the most frequently broken KOF character. And I don't necessarily mean broken like top tier, although he often is top tier. It's more that he's frequently broken like he breaks the game. Like he's glitched. Damn, is this an OCV? Ooh. OCVs were not so common back in the day. Here's Shiro. Beat by 18? It's the same guy, but his whole team's different. Is this a random select? Is this guy just random selecting? Are we watching, like, God himself play KOF versus, like, Joe Schmo? Damn, he's kind of doing some work. I think Yoshiro's top tier in this game. Or high at least. I think top tier is, I think Chris, Kyo and Iori, I think Chizuru, Daimon. It's those guys. I don't know if Benimaru's top tier. He might be. Oh, he went for 3. Greedy. That stand D is like an anti-hop, but also a throw. OS. Beautiful, right? Supers are pretty hard to use well in this game. Most characters can't confirm supers very easily. Here's Chris. He got Choi. There's a real chance that we never see the Choi though. Now he's up to beat by 19. Yeah, I think he just random selected a team. Damn, I wasn't ready for this caliber of play. Player on the right seems to be doing real nice though. Tongue gets his on. Alright. This Kim player's doing some nice work. Wow, he did the flash kick thing. Got him. Got a character off this man. Now he's got Choi, who is, I'm pretty sure, a very specialist character to say the least. Not the kind of character you want to roll in random select. This guy, to even pick random select, is an expert with everyone. Oh, can you? I didn't think you could. Maybe you can. You can if you pick random select. Did you guys know that Choi is based on Freddy Krueger? Isn't that crazy? There's a level 1 and a level 2 super in this game, but the only way to do level 2 supers is to enter the, I don't know what it's actually called in this game, the max mode. I feel like I should know because it's like often like this. Wow, look at all those. Boing, boing, boing. This is actually what Choi gameplay is like. This guy knows how to do it. This is what good Chois actually do. Advanced mode? I guess so. You can only pick it if you're in advance and not extra. It's the thing that raises your attack and defense and then also makes your supers better. It costs a bar to put yourself into. But once you're in that, you can do level 2 super instead of level 1 super. Alright. Oh, see, he just did it. I don't know about that. I have mixed opinions on what we just saw. It seemed like a waste of 2 bars. Meter's harder to use well in this game. Okay, okay, okay. Didn't actually do that much considering it was an advanced super. Was that an advanced super too? Yeah. And that did a grip. Shatter me! He didn't do the follow-up. He still didn't do the follow-up. I know the follow-up existed in this game. And by no, I mean I'm pretty sure of. Alright, well that was a streamy round. It's possible. This is one of the things I considered. I doubt that he doesn't know about it. This guy's killing it. It's probably for Oki, or it just doesn't exist and I forgot. Fellas, how do I get Usher me GF? Even better if she wants to kill me. Or herself. That looked like good Oki. Oh, roll into super grab. Oh, anyway, I was going to say it's harder to use meter well in this game. So it's very typical. Yeah, there's the follow-up. He thought it was going to kill, so he did it. Very typical to spend your meter on guard cancel blowbacks and guard cancel rolls, because that's kind of an objectively useful way of spending meter. I mean, it is in every KOF, but in this one it's probably the main use of meter. No EX moves. And supers are very hit or miss. There's some good ones. A lot of them are very hard to confirm though. Oh, this is father and daughter. Nice. So towards A. How do I get a Yuri sister? You have to be born with one. Actually, no. She has to be born slightly after you. Athena can play a Fireball War, maybe. Oh, it traded! That's so sad. That was an advanced Rumble Super, and I just didn't even have the invincibility to go through the jump in. Oh, the Crystal Bit. Nice. Good anti-air. Cycle Swan. Crystal Bit just got stuffed by a fucking hard punch. What a whiff punish! Nice. There's advanced versions of various characters, and I don't know which. Whoa, nice roll. I don't know which versions are which for a lot of them. I don't know which characters have advanced version or like secret versions. Well, he's staying alive. Okay. It's the same team. Must be a new guy. Yeah, it's like the Orochi team for sure, because they got the Orochi versions. And then it's like various characters from, I think Ryo, and maybe Robert. And then I think Takuma? I don't know about Takuma. Maybe not Takuma. Maybe Terry. I don't remember. I don't remember who has it and who doesn't. There's also Rugal and, like unlocked Rugal. True Rugal. Shin Rugal. But I don't know if even regular Rugal is legal for gameplay. I didn't know Blue Mary. I didn't know Billy either. I think Shang is considered to be really bad, but he's also very gimmicky. So if you don't know his tricks, maybe he can give you a hard time. God, I fucking love apple juice. It's really cool to have like Evil Ryu-ish characters. I love that when you just have like just a secondary version of your character. That's what MKX did really well. See, like, what the fuck happened there? How do you punish that? You just did a raw super and it worked. That's the trick if I ever saw one. Oh my god. They did 3 throw attacks in a row and it looked whack. I know there's a game with a Kyo 1 and a Kyo 2. And then like a regular Kyo. And I think there's also a fucking Kusanagi as well. You got 4 Kyos that are just all identical. And then Shingo's there too. It's like, what the fuck? Remember, there's various other characters who are also clones of Kyo. I think K49 was like a clone of Kyo or some bullshit. And I think K-Dash was as well. Maybe others too, I don't know. If someone just came up to me and was like, Ash was a clone of Kyo, I wouldn't even blink. How many Gokus are in Dragon Ball Fighters? Is that the most redundant the main character has ever been in a fighting game? Damn, she said Otosang Damen to her dad. How topical. I need an expert on Dragon Ball Fighters to tell me the amount of Gokus. I thought it was ridiculous when there were like 3 Kakyoins and 2 Polnareffs or whatever in Heritage to the Future. What the fuck is a half Goku? So like Goku Black or something? Oh, Vegito. Ah, that really is a half Goku. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let's actually count that as a 0.5 Goku. So if there's a Gogeta and a Vegito, that's 1 total Goku. Although realistically speaking, I think there's 1 total Goku as part of that. It's just a 2. Just a 2 person. So is Lab Coat 21 out? I remember when that was announced. And I've just heard nothing about it ever since. Did that happen? Can you play as Lab Coat 21? Is that recent or did it happen ages ago? I want to marry 21. Android 21 is my perfect woman. That doesn't combo? I thought that comboed. Stand C2 hits into towards A. Rubber Soul wasn't even... Wait, which one's Rubber Soul? Are we talking about Heritage of the Future? Are we talking about fucking Yellow Temperance or whatever? Damn! She got the super and everything. I miss the more androgynous king we used to have. They have feminized king too much. Yeah. You know, King's voice lines are not great. I think the gameplay fundamental idea has been preserved very nicely with most of the KOF characters. Like, you can watch old footage of KOF and it looks like you're seeing the same characters doing kind of the same things. Look at that. Low B, low A, flash punch. It's like the same ass combo. Leona players will do that to this day. Yeah, it's good design. Leona looks so strange in her backwalk animation. She's actually pretty tall, and she's like standing on her toes. KOF new games are like a weird balance of like actual new games and like updates. Like if you look at SF4 versus SF5, it's almost night and day. And if you look at SF4 like versus Super SF4, it's like, you know, it's noticeably different, but it's not crazy different. Different KOF games are like between that. It's like kind of a new game and kind of an update. Tekken's pretty much the same way, I guess. Tekken usually has much bigger graphical updates, I think, though. Every new Tekken game looks way better than the last one in terms of graphics. Only 7 Gokus. So Vegeta and Gogeta, Base Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Regular Goku, and then Goku Black. Who else? I only listed like 4. I listed 5. Look at all that guard point. I think Kyo's down towards D doesn't cancel in this game. So it's literally like low B, low A down towards D, and then the combo ends. 2 Gogetas, whoa. There's Ultra Instinct Goku, I didn't know that. Look at that, is that stand B? That thing's huge. That's a big normal. Oh my god, look at it. Whew. Where's Vice hiding that thing? She's got a big leg. GT Goku? I didn't know he was in the game. Damn, that stand B looks crazy. Reminder that Vice is a spooky ghost. Are there 2 Kyos? I forgot about Kyo. I think you can play as Kyo with Rekkas or Kyo with Fireball. KO13 had Kyo with Fireball, I think. KOF 14 and 15, I think, both had Rekka Kyo. Technically, KOF13 had both because EX Kyo was Rekka. I think Rekka Kyo has better design. But Fireball KO is much simpler and therefore easier for me to play. Claw Yori was really cool. I'm a little sad that he's probably never going to come back. I firmly believe that Orochi Chris has the best idle animation of all fighting game characters. I just fucking love it. Him standing there with his two fires. It is peak 12-year-old cool. You know, like the kind of thing a 12-year-old would find cool. It's the single highest level 12-year-old cool I've ever seen in my whole life. And I've seen Shadow the Hedgehog and Hiei. Is Dante 12-year-old cool? I think anyone would find Dante cool. But I think especially 12-year-olds. Damn, that's a crazy thought. Chris has never eaten bread, he's only eaten toast. I'm actually a demon is extremely 12-year-old cool. And that's shared by Orochi, Chris, and Dante. And also Hiei. And maybe even Shadow the Hedgehog now I think about it. Chizuru seems like she should be, like 30. But I think she's actually like 22. People always talk about that thing in Japanese media, when all the characters are really fucking young. Mark my words. The characters in my video game are gonna be old as shit. I already know all their ages. The playable character will be somewhat young. Probably like 18-ish. Give or take. But the other principal characters are going to be like, let me think, 30s. Also 30s. Maybe also 30s. And then like 60s. None of them are vampires, but one or maybe even two of them will be witches. 22 and married? Some people just figure it all out. I used to play Vampire Savior. I wasn't very good at it, but I enjoyed it. I played Rikuo. This is Orochi Yoshiro. You don't see this one very often. I think people usually prefer the regular one. Same with Chris, actually. I think both Yoshiro and Chris, both the regular and Orochi versions, are considered top tier. Or at least high tier. That stand B is nice. That one has nice normals. Everything's kind of good. Stand C, stand D, close D, down towards C, stand B. Everything's nice. All their normals are good too. Looked hard to punish. Maybe he could have rolled. This was in an era where safe supers were more common than they are now. Nowadays, almost every super is unsafe. In like every fighting game. But in the bygone days, supers were considered to be something like kind of not combo enders and more like tools in your arsenal. And thus they were more typically safe. Just about every super in SF2 is safe. There's only a few that aren't. Oh, specials being safe is an entirely different question. There seem to be some safe supers in 15. Or at least safe-ish. But maybe you can punish them with like the right kind of roll or something. But like, how the fuck are you supposed to punish like Maximus Beam Super at full screen? What are you gonna do? You can't roll through that shit. The ability to combo into supers made it so much more. They made it so much more sensible to make them unsafe on block. Can you even roll guard break roll? I think at the end of your guard cancel roll, you would just be hitting recovery, right? Or does guard cancel roll not have recovery? Oh, it hit. Yeah, I mean it whiffed. Sad days. His third Rekka fell out. That's so fucking 12-year-old cool. That's so edgy. For those who don't understand moon runes, that is please die. Damn, guard meter really changed the way the whole shit worked. God, I love how confirmable everything is for Iori. You got the command grab and you got like great light sequences. Good. It's not a punish. It didn't even look point blank. I was thinking maybe close C would have made more sense, but I don't even know if he would have got close C from that range. He went for down C. Iori seems to have really, truly great fighting game design to me. Like, he's really just, like, everything is working with his gameplay style and the mechanics of the game. You know what I mean? He just uses every mechanic to its fullest. Even in like neutral stuff. Got a bunch of good ass air normals. In a game where most characters only have 5 air normals total, Iori has 6 great ones. And they're like all good. Like jump A is good, jump B is really good. Jump C and jump D are both good. The taco is fucking mad good. What's going on there? How'd they make a character with this many good normals? All his normals on the ground are good. All special moves are good. Maybe not all of them, but I can't think of a special move he has that's not good. Maybe he has a good one that I never see. He has good confirms in a game where very few characters seem to have good confirms. And that includes meter stuff too. They both just activate. They both got meter burning a hole in their pockets. Might as well just stay activated for the rest of the round. Oh, does this kill? This does so much. Maybe it doesn't kill. Maybe I'm high. Oh no, it killed. That was an advanced. That was like an EX super. Advanced mode super. A raw command grab super. Dizzy. Dizzy's so whack in this game. You only know it's a Dizzy because a move that doesn't normally knock down knocks down. It's subtle. Like, what if you Dizzy someone with a move that does knock down? You just don't even know until they get up. Oh yeah, having a DP is pretty nice. That down C towards A sequence is so good. Confirms Rekka's on hit and safe on block. But then also OS anti-airs. Nice catch. Is that a combo? Daimon I know has some sequences that aren't actually combos, but they're like conventionally unescapable. Like I think you can do his ground pound after certain knockdowns. Some nonsense like that. And it just hits. And you like can't roll it yet or some bullshit. Was that to help time it? Like a meaty setup? Make sure you got the ground pound on the right frame? Or was that just a mix-up that worked? Nice catch. Probably a dead Daimon. It's cool seeing these supers being used well. Kyo's design, I don't think it's bad. It's a decent execution of a very tired idea to me. Which is just, Japanese fucking high school student. Well, I guess Kyo's like fucking young 20s. With like a kind of edgy punk look. That was a guard cancel blowback that killed. That should be illegal. Those shouldn't kill. That fireball does mad damage. I think Yori's design is excellent. I really like the chain between his knees, and I like the pompadour. I like the loose shirt. And the jacket. Every part of Yori's design visually is great. I'm not like mad about it, but man, I appreciate. K-Dash is perfect design. Absolutely perfect, pristine. Chef's kiss. Greatest fighting game character design of all time. Everything about him is badass. There's literally no component of him that is not badass. Coolest design is just fine. It's nice. That's what you would expect from a character with like ice powers. I'm getting pretty sleepy. I could probably lie down here in a minute. Oh no. Is that a combo? Just do low B and then link super. Probably, right? I mean, that super is like 1 frame, right? And I think that low B is at least +1. What about Anho? What do you want me to say? I mean, I fucking, you know, she's hot. When I think about fighting game characters that are good because they're hot, Angel is definitely good, but not the best I've seen. The one that's taken over the world recently is fucking Jacko. I found out today that K49 and Cronin are literally just the same guy. He just grew out his hair and started wearing some shades. And like acquired Nameless's robot arm somehow. And that's why he knows Angel. Damn. Oh, he did the fake. You know, he jumped in. It was scary. Guard cancel blowbacks do decent damage in this game, man. I did. I don't remember anything about it. I just recognize the name. Is that guaranteed? Why the fuck do Teen Angels like demons so much? Edgy shit. Is it all part of some evolutionary like desire to prove yourself as being adult? Just to like edgy shit? That comboed. Oh no. Oh, it ended. Alright, I should probably go to bed. I'm sleepy. I had a good time watching all this nonsense. Night all.